In the summer of 2010, Coded Lock Films, a previously directionless channel, found itself burdened with a mission to spend an entire month discussing all things superheroic. The groundwork laid by that month has led him to where he is today, but Coded Lock Films has long desired to revisit his reviewing roots. Welcome, Code Monkeys, to the return of Superhero Month. Hello there, Code Monkeys. Today I am here to talk about the Avengers. First of all, yes, I'm aware that I'm not in my normal review location. That's because it's messy, and to be frank, it's not all that comfortable to sit in right now. I may end up making this spot a permanent change, I don't really know, but we'll see. Now, before I start the review proper, I just want to give you my completely 100% spoiler-free opinion on the movie. It basically just boils down to this. I cannot recommend this movie highly enough. It's phenomenal, it's really well done, you need to see this movie. It is easily one of the best superhero movies I have ever seen in my life, and I just thought it was fantastic. So if you have not seen it yet, please, please, please go watch it. And then you can come back and watch the rest of this video. So with all of that out of the way, I am now going to go into my deeper opinions on the movie, and there may be some spoilers from here on out. So if you don't want to see that kind of stuff, turn off the video now. This was a movie where, I gotta say they had a lot riding on this one. Marvel's been doing this really big experiment in bringing this comic book style continuity to the movies, where Thor, both of the Iron Man movies, Captain America, the Incredible Hulk, all sort of lead into this same continuity. I think it's really cool, but it's also got a lot of challenges associated with it, because a lot of different people with a lot of different creative visions have to kind of come together and agree on how they're gonna do this thing. There was a very, very good chance that they simply were not going to pull this one off, but they did pull it off, and they pulled it off in a really big way. What is most impressive to me about this movie is its tonal balance. All of the movies leading into this movie have different tones and different feels to them. But what's great about it is that when Iron Man is on screen, it feels like an Iron Man movie. When Captain America is on screen, it feels like the Captain America movie. When Thor is on screen, it feels like the Thor movie. And Joss Whedon was absolutely the right choice to direct this movie, because the one thing that was the most important to get right in this movie was the balance of the team dynamics. And Joss Whedon is fantastic at that kind of thing. All these superheroes have these different personalities that in many ways clash. And we see them clashing. We see that these people don't always agree and they don't always get along. But when the time comes when it's important for them to learn to work together, they do so. And they do so in fantastic ways. They all kind of learn their own individual lessons, and it all just works. It works really well. And although there is a lot of superhero style action in this movie, it's not just a mindless action flick. There's a lot of room given for character development in this thing, and that's really important. Although there were some moments where I kind of wish they had delved a little bit deeper into the character development. I don't think they established Hawkeye all that well in this movie. They do put in some hints as to his and Black Widow's kind of shared backstory, but it does feel a little bit rushed at times. And I also feel like they could have done a lot more with Captain America than they ended up doing. Like at the very beginning of the movie, he's beating the crap out of this punching bag. You saw it in the trailers. And he's going through all these flashbacks to his previous life, and they kind of hint at him suffering from some kind of post-traumatic stress disorder, which I think would have been kind of interesting, but they don't really do anything with it beyond that one scene. And they also don't delve into the moral ambiguity of Nick Fury as much as I would have liked them to. He's clearly on the right side of things, and he wants to do the greatest good for the largest number of people that he can. But at the same time, he's very, very shady. He's kind of an ends justify the means type of guy. And he has absolutely no regard for people's privacy or civil liberties, which you would think that Captain America might object to at some point, but he never does. So I kind of wish they had done a little bit more with that, but overall the character development is very good. Everything that needs to be there is there. Every character has their own sort of little journey to go on. And I know that a lot of people are concerned about the possibility of a major character dying at some point in the movie, to which I would say, it's a Joss Whedon movie. I really appreciate that every character gets a chance to shine at kind of doing what it is they do best. You know, you've got Thor flying around with a hammer and calling down lightning, and you know, that's unique and that's cool. And then you have the Hulk just laying waste to everything, and that's, you know, that's what he does best. He gets to excel at that. You got Captain America, who, you know, has got his, you know, super strength and his martial arts, and he's throwing the shield around and it's cool. Black Widow has some cool moments, Hawkeye has some cool moments, and Iron Man gets to do his snarky human fighter jet thing. But they also let Loki do what he does best. Loki is the god of trickery and deception, and they let him use trickery and deception. All of it comes together really well, and it just works. The only two things I found a little bit distracting were, one, Hawkeye's archery. I know that it's supposed to be cinematic and everything, but if you know anything about archery at all, you know that his form is just god-awful. In fact, at certain points you can actually see him wearing 2 arm guards because his form is literally that bad, and it can get a little bit distracting with Edward Norton not being the Hulk in this movie. I'm still kind of on the fence about whether or not I ended up liking Mark Ruffalo better than Ed Norton. Suffice it to say, Mark Ruffalo does a very, very good job. And I feel like Mark Ruffalo's interpretation of Bruce Banner was kind of a better tonal fit for the Avengers movie overall, but with all of the other actors being the same people except for Mark Ruffalo, it did get a little distracting at times. But as I've said, it was really good, and it all came together, and it really, really worked. I thought it was fantastic. On the worth meter, this easily earns a worth seeing multiple times. Please go see The Avengers. It's a really, really fantastic movie. And until next time, Code Monkeys, I will see you later.